Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. Billy's got a little message to send. The Cowboy's going to tell you how it is, but let's just start with this. We said this like a month after the lawsuit on XRP was thrown on us, and now there's some rumors about XRP ETF because of Gemini. But I've got more to say about that. I made a video about it, and there's something we need to see. Every time I think of you, I always hold my breath. And I'm still standing here, and you're miles away. And I'm wondering why you left. And I spend my time thinking about you. And it's almost driving me wild. I ain't missing you at all. I ain't missing you since you've been gone away. Let's listen to what this Raul Pauls has to say. Well, we and I have more information to add to this.
Oh, things are about to get interesting, huh? Now, on this channel, we've told you the truth while we've watched 10 years of lies about Bitcoin and Ethereum somehow being superior to all the rest of the stuff. When we knew it was not the truth, Raul Paul also knew, as far as Bitcoin goes, knew it was not the truth. I wonder why he didn't say anything until now. Now all of a sudden he's going to tell you the truth.
Tell me more. I said, and I think...
I should say ex-Goldman Sachs Raul Paul. How come he and his buddies weren't telling the truth that they really knew all this time? He says it right here.
Tell me more. I said, and I think the US government and the UK government invented it, which is the NSA and the GCHQ in the UK, who are the two world centers of cryptography. Because even how the white paper's written, it's
you think
this
there's
transatlantic. Yes.
Look how shocked this guy must be a Bitcoin maxi. I mean, how many times have we tried to tell him? I hadn't been able to get any of these Bitcoin maxis to...
Here's the thing. Let's just go back about 6-7 months ago. I'm in a room on Twitter with David Schwartz. I think Dark Horse was there. But, I'm just rambling, taking all of David's time up. And I said to him, I read somewhere that the first address for Bitcoin was the NSA, at the NSA. And I'm not sure if that, conflicts with Satoshi's stash or not, but, I said that to him. And, he was all ears. He was really cool. He told me this great story about how I'm going to wake up one day and be rich, from owning XRP. He told me this sympathetic story about a guy who they had a break-in and his girlfriend died and they didn't have any money for a funeral. And ultimately he got these free XRP, I don't know if they were called that back then, coins. And for some reason he checked and he had this great moment to where he could call the parents and everyone, say, don't worry about it. I have it. I had these, magical internet money coins, And he told me that story because I was asking him, I was explaining to him how, every day I wake up and I check my account thinking it could be life-changing. And then he told me that story. It was almost like implying that it will change one day. And then, so it was cool. He had his grandchildren with him in the background and stuff. But, I just don't see him as a grandpa, but because he's like Elvis, But what I said was, isn't it true that the first, and I talk fast, Bitcoin address was at the NSA, and I said, and he didn't say anything, and I said, isn't it true you worked at the NSA when that was created? And he said, I may have. I thought that was very interesting, and he didn't shoot down the NSA address thing at all. And let's think about Bitcoin too. I have to believe anybody that's tech savvy, like these developers are and everything, they could have said that this wasn't anonymous from day one, but yet it was the greatest lie ever told. And I do think it was created, as a proof that it works. proof of work, but that it works. And I do think it was created to kind of make people think it was anonymous so they could, see who's doing what, maybe weapon sales or, traffic. Who knows? I don't want to say this on the channel, this stuff, but it's very interesting that no one came out and said, oh, hey, wait a minute, this isn't anonymous. But then again, the dude from Silk Road got busted pretty quick. It's just interesting. And he didn't deny what I said. And, like I said, we were talking about this a long time ago. And now Raoul Pauls is coming clean with it. I didn't know anything about the UK, but it's just interesting. And of course, it was probably created by, with them. But obviously, but it's just very interesting. And now we've got Gemini talking about an ETF. I don't know if they'll get an XRP ETF, but what I do know is they're trying. And I think that's going to motivate someone. And the video with Larry Fink with Charles Gasparino, that shit dick. Cowboy, keep your mouth shut. This is Billy's moment. Please. It's the truth, Billy. Truth is the truth, cowboy. But the thing is, Gasparino's like thinking Fink's going to shoot down XRP. And he's like, do you think there'll be any other ETFs? He's like, oh, yeah, more coming. He's like, well, what about XRP? And he's like, oh, I can't talk about that. No one can talk about it. I'll get in trouble. And then in the interview, he pushes on, hoping to get some derogatory response from Larry Fink. But he is a pro. He's not going to give any. But he put Gasparino right in his fucking place. And he said, listen, I don't think you want a response for me. Meaning, it wouldn't be what you're fucking digging for, Gasparino. And then you had Brad say he was optimistic in Davos about an ETF in the future. And the guy was pushing him, but once again, he couldn't talk about it. He could have very easily said, yeah, in the next year maybe or something or anything. But once again, XRP isn't controlled by Ripple, right? There is no reason this lawsuit should get in the way of a Ripple, an XRP ETF. They do control some of the things that XRP does, but it's independent, and that's what the argument's been from the beginning of Ripple. So we don't need this case to clear. However, somebody doing an ETF may want it to. It's cleaner, the optics. But ultimately, I believe there was one crypto that had clarity before the rest of the space because it was the chosen one. And the other cryptos were held back, meaning XRP, until it had its public offering. And I'm referencing the ETF for Bitcoin because they wanted it to be sustainable and here for good. God, what would have happened if a few years ago XRP just took off and Bitcoin went to shit with all these, people in power owning it? It was a certain degree of protectionism. So that's what happened. And now that it's got its ETF, I think we're going to see things getting wrapped up. But more importantly, Bitcoin had clarity. It was not a security. It's the only coin that the SEC gave it to, and others. But now there's one more, and that's XRP. There is no reason why anyone wouldn't want to do an ETF. And if Gemini pushes this, great. I think that'd be great. And this is why. Because, they're going to be all over the news, mass adoption from the people that aren't buying. The people that were afraid to because of court, lawsuit, anything. A lot of people won't have to worry about their XRP anymore, getting hacked in all these games that are played. But more importantly, it's the exposure to the world. It will have to be viewed, by the masses. And I don't know how it can be viewed in a derogatory way after that, after an ETF, just like Bitcoin can't be. And Ethereum still could face some headwinds. I'm not referencing ETH. I'm saying the foundation. But that would affect the price of Ethereum, just like it affected the price of XRP. What if? You have to have certainty when you're investing millions of dollars of investors' money. And Ethereum just doesn't have it yet. I'm not bashing Ethereum. I'm not saying it shouldn't be the second one, but given the legal environment, of course, XRP should be ahead of Ethereum. And I do believe it will be based on Brad's comment and Larry Fink's mostly. If you can read people, you knew exactly what he was saying. He was saying XRP ETF, shithead, Gasparino, shit dick, you motherfucking bitch. You used to like us. What happened? Who got to you, motherfucker? Whatever did happen to your soul? I heard you sold it to some old boy who lived uptown, who could afford it. So what's gonna happen to you now? Therapy, pharmacies, crazy. That's what you like to believe, but it ain't easy when you're going crazy over the rainbow. Do 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 do. I think your story's jive, she said. There ain't nothing wrong with me if I use it to get me some sympathy, some ecstasy, crazy. Gasparino, you fell far from God, brother. And I don't know if you're going to be able to find yourself, but if you pray, maybe you'll find the way. So, at the end of the day, it's always been XRP. And you know what? I hope Gemini pulls this shit off. You know, but it wasn't until Gemini came out that people really started saying, wait a minute, there's an ETF. You know, a lot of people are a day late in this community. Not my roadies or my dreamers, but and a dollar short because they don't have independent thinking. They don't read in between the lines. They're listening to what people are saying and not how they're saying it or why they're saying it. You guys, we win. Love. Please like, subscribe so more people watch my channel because I don't have a whole lot of viewers, but I got the right ones. Where most people aren't, that's where it is. My dreamers, my roadies.